What's up, you guys? It's your boy Jalen here on another episode of Elevated Minds. I'm chilling out here in San Diego. This is in Bay Park, overlooks Mission Bay. Look around here, just chilling out here, man. Nice little point. Today's episode is going to be called Learning How to Embrace the Journey. Okay? If this is your first time on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on all my socials. All that stuff's gonna be down below. If you're returning, like that video. Also, it's gonna help this algorithm to get to a bunch of people. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode, man. So we gotta remember that everything that we go through in life, it's a reason for it, and we have to learn how to embrace our journey. Everybody's got a journey, everybody's on a different journey, and it's really good to remember that when you go through things in life and you see some people are prospering while you're going through it, you don't need to look at it like that. Don't look at it as, oh, someone else is doing better than me right now. Look at it as you're in an entirely different chapter of your life. You're in an entirely different chapter than where they're at. You don't judge. I said this in one of the other videos, I can't remember which one, but never judge your chapter 5 by someone else's chapter 56. Someone could be at a whole different level. They've gone through so many more things to get to where you want to be, but you're not there yet, and that's okay, because you got to embrace the journey. The journey comes with so much to learn. You don't just become that person you want to become automatic. You got to go through some things. These things that you go through is going to build that character. It's going to build your will up. It's going to build you and your spirit up. You're going to become stronger when you go through things. And so that's something you have to remember, is you're going to get stronger. You're going to slowly become that person. It doesn't just happen overnight. Just like, when you go to the gym and you want to get this dream body that you want, if you're, over 300 pounds, it's going to take some time to get to that where you're trying to be. If your goal weight is like 150, 160, whatever. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some consistency and some trial and error and some struggle and some ups and downs and some quitting and some starting back up. It happens. That's part of the journey. Embrace it. You got to learn how to embrace it. Expect that things aren't going to always go your way. Things aren't always going to go exactly the way you think it should go. And you should always get to the point in life to where you expect it. Not saying like you're expecting the worst to happen. I'm not saying that, but you need to learn how to expect these things that are going to happen, because when you're trying to walk into greatness, or you have goals and you have places you're trying to go, think of like the craziest movie that you've seen, one of these adventure movies. There's always some crazy stuff going on. Somebody gets kidnapped, somebody, they gotta find a special jewel to get to the hidden kingdom, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying for real, but this is an analogy. There's always something that goes on, and you got to remember that your life is the same way. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have some crazy things happen. Your car is going to break down. You're going to have people try and lie on you or cheat you, or things don't always go smooth and rainbows and flowers all the time. We have our ups and downs, and you have to learn how to embrace that part of it. Embrace every part of your journey. Be thankful for the good parts. Be thankful for the parts that you aren't. So you don't think you should be grateful for. You should be grateful for everything. Because the thing is, someone is worse off than you. Someone wishes that they were in your predicament. So always be humble and stay grateful. Those are the huge factors when it comes to doing what you're supposed to do and being on your grind and on your journey and on your purpose. You're gonna have opposition sometimes. You're gonna have hardships, and that's okay. That's part of the journey. You know what I'm saying? What we have to make sure that we're doing is we got to make sure that we're embracing the journey. Embrace everything that comes, because it's gonna come. It's not always gonna be. Look at the stocks. Stocks come up, stocks go down. That's just the way of life. There's a whole market cycle that a lot of people don't understand, and it's the same thing with life. There's a market cycle with your life. You're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs. You're gonna have sometimes where you straight up, and then down. You think it can't get worse, and it gets worse. But you know what? You gotta remember that it's all for your better good. Unless you're doing things that is causing your own detriment, then that's something you gotta fix. But if it's one of these things where you're doing what you're supposed to do, and then things just happen, which that does happen, life just happens sometimes, then you gotta find the positive way to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to embrace it. Don't look at it as, oh man, something else happening. But it's going to be another obstacle. And every single time you come over an obstacle, you get stronger. And I'm actually listening to this audiobook. I was watching this podcast by Robert Greene and somebody else, I can't remember. And he recommended this book called The Obstacle is the Way. And already I'm listening to this book, and it's like, wow, it's already, the obstacle is the way. These things are going to happen, but if you look at them as opportunities, I'm gonna do a total different video on this when I finish reading the book. But you guys get the gist of it. I really feel that when it comes to obstacles, it's an opportunity to get stronger. It's an opportunity to test yourself. It's an opportunity to, really elevate mentally, spiritually, sometimes physically. So there's different things that we got to look at when it comes to our journey. We can't just count it out because things get difficult. We got to embrace it, every single part of it. And then the good parts are going to be that much more sweeter because you were able to congratulate yourself and still, thank the Most High that you still have breath. You still are getting up in the morning, and you still have, your eyesight. You can still go to work. You can still afford to pay your bills. You still have a roof over your head. These are things to be grateful for. Having running water, these are things to be grateful for. Who knows that if this is how it's always going to be. Be grateful for everything that we have, and you're going to get way more of everything else in the world. You get an abundance back when you just be grateful. You give wholeheartedly without any intentions, and embrace everything. Embrace your journey. It sucks sometimes. Things don't always go our way, but if you can change your mindset and look at every single thing as something that can push you forward spiritually or physically. If maybe you want to do some type of a Spartan race or some type of a marathon or go rock climbing, something that's going to test you mentally and physically. Once you get across that, I go on some of these hikes, and sometimes I'm going up in some of these mountains and sliding down, and it's steep, and I'm scared of heights. But every single time I get done with one of these hikes, I feel like some type of, like, I accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually terrified of heights. You would never know that, but I am. But my point is, embrace the journey, guys. I can't say it enough. I don't want to say it another time. But make sure that we're understand that every single thing that comes into our life is for a reason, and the things that we can control, that's negative, we can remove it, and things that we can't, learn how to maneuver, pivot, and just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? We got this. You know what I'm saying? Embrace the journey. You can do this. You got this. I love you guys. That's all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna continue to enjoy a little bit of this weather before I get back to work. So hey, y'all, be safe. I love you guys. Stay elevated.